And now, friends, our show begins.
And in the words of the MFS vision itself, we believe in a world where children never go hungry. Young people are always educated. Families are financially stable. Older adults remain connected. And all humans are healthy, happy, and cared for. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please sit back, relax, and enjoy our main movie attraction.
Start now. 3, 2, 1.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Anthony Broaddus, and I'm pleased to welcome you to another edition of MFS News. Tonight, we are bringing you exciting reports from 3 of the many sites that Metropolitan Family Service operates in the Portland area. First, we are headed out to Northeast Portland, where MFS Older Adult Services are located, and we have Kim O'Malley reporting in on our Zooming Seniors. Kim?
Thanks, Tony. I'm here at the Northeast 24th Avenue office of MFS, home of our Older Adult Services. We have a few programs, Project Linkage that offers transportation to older adults, and Experience Corps that offers tutoring to students in the classroom. But today, I'm here to talk to you about the Zooming Seniors program, and I will tell you why it's important. Tony, what we are doing is called digital equity, and that means we are making sure older adults have a voice online and can access both a device and low-cost internet service. You know, Tony, it is so important that during this digital age that older adults have an opportunity to engage with their peers and access to online resources so they can live a more meaningful life. Thanks for checking in with me and the Zooming Seniors, Tony. This is Kim O'Malley. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Kim. That is just so amazing how that team is supporting our older adults to be independent and connected. And now we would like to head out to Gresham, where Kayla is standing by with a major news announcement regarding one of the MFS economic empowerment programs that features people receiving help with something I think we've all had issues with: taxes. Kayla?
Thanks, Tony. This is Kayla, and I'm here at our new office, Impuestos Comunitarios. We just opened up this office here in Gresham because there are a lot of people who don't have information on how to file their taxes. We are here to get them on track. We are here to help families. I think there are a lot of families missing out on child tax credit and the earned income credit, for example. And it's important for working families to know about the possibility of obtaining an ITIN that might help them get access to financial resources, such as opening up a bank account or getting a loan. I've seen how great it's been for families that we support them. As a matter of fact, I am happy to report that as of today, we have helped over 6,200 families with their taxes. And Tony, thank you for coming out to see us at our new office, Impuestos Comunitarios. Impuestos Comunitarios ofrece servicio gratuito de preparación de impuestos. Estamos para servirle. Now back to you in the studio.
Thank you so much, Kayla. It's so great that your team is able to support so many people, not only in just that community, but all over. Next, we are headed out to the Reynolds School District to visit Martine Gonzalez and hear about the summer programming really supporting families in our community. Martine?
Thanks, Tony. Hi, I'm Martin Gonzalez, a Student Success Coordinator for MFS out at H.B. Lee Middle School, where we just completed our Freedom Schools program. Now, Freedom Schools was our summer program where we had 100 students, yes, 100 H.B. Lee Middle School students come for 4 weeks where they were reading, learning new skills, and going on lots of awesome field trips like to OMSI and the zoo. And many of them had never been there before, and it was an incredible experience to get to see them go for the first time. On top of that, a really special part about this program program is the fact that we had former HB Lee Middle School students who have since gone on to college come back to work with the students who are here now. And so we had people from the community coming back to the community to help grow our current generation of learners. It's been really phenomenal to see. And these students have been reading some really important and interesting books about racism, censorship, and politics, and having very real discussions and knowing their place in the world and how to become better citizens and better people. So thank you to everyone who made this program the huge success that it was. Back to you in the studio, Tony.
Thanks so much, Martine. As a former community school manager myself, I can tell you personally how much this program means to so many children and their families. It's so great to see that awesome work being provided by you and your staff. Well, folks, this has been another amazing program. And from everyone at MFS News, I'm Anthony Broaddus. Thank you and good night.
As a strong nonprofit since 1950, we have been steadily committed to emerging needs in our community. The pandemic was a time when our entire human service sector was called on to mobilize into action around immediate needs. MFS quickly sprung into action as we were already a multi-service organization partnering with people across many neighborhoods where resources were in short supply. At the same time as we expanded food, health, and economic support for our program participants, we were hearing from our community members about what they envisioned for their futures. Access to affordable housing, safe neighborhoods, livable wages, childcare, and culturally specific health and mental health care are some of the critical priorities that rose to the top. Our mission at MFS to help people move past the limitations of poverty, inequity, and social isolation is truly a combination of direct service work to meet the day-to-day needs and persistent advocacy on a systems level to create equitable systems that are healthy, livable, and prosperous for everyone. So how can we collectively reach for what is truly needed today and into the future? I wanted you to hear from a few of our MFS leaders who will share their perspectives on that.
Through our programs and services at MFS, we're able to interact with around 18,000 community members each year, and we recognize that uniquely positions us to access an enormous amount of knowledge and experience. Because we are a culturally responsive organization, we have representation across many cultures, ethnicities, ages, abilities, gender identities, and sexual orientations.
4, 5, 1, 2.
We know that the people most impacted by decisions are often left out of decision-making and planning processes. Through our increased community engagement efforts, we are gaining valuable insights as we hear from our program participants and community partners and learn more about what people need and want, what is working well for them, and how our MFS programs and services are impacting their lives. This information is vital to helping all of us at MFS ensure our programs and services meet the needs of our program participants, and also helps us make sure we're advocating for things that are most important to those in our programs.
The pandemic was a challenge that required our MFS programs to respond to critical community needs as they arose. Although this was a once-in-a-lifetime crisis, MFS responded the way we always have. We adapted our services in response to the community's input. We met the 33% increase in demand for food at our school-based pantries through an expansion of staff and the supply of culturally appropriate foods. we partnered with socially isolated older adults and disabled community members to provide them with tablets and help them build skills to use Zoom to connect with each other and their families and their community. We supported children by delivering educational activity kits and providing their families with client assistance dollars. Now, as the pandemic effects wane, we've committed to new multi-year cross-program work to help our community be resilient in the face of climate change, another existential emergency that requires a complex multi-sector response. And as change requires new skills, MFS is cultivating a culture of learning in our management team through fostering learning communities around management skills. This will position MFS to continue to meet the challenges of a changing world and community.
Among all the things I'm grateful for about MFS and our services is that I get the opportunity to help us think through our strategy and where we want to be in the next 3 to 5 years. As we all emerge from the full grip of the pandemic, we've been taking time to consider and think about how MFS can build on our history and be more responsive to what the community and our partners might need from us. One idea that we've learned about from others in the field, our staff and the community, is this idea of liberation. And liberation is the process of becoming free from the illusions, distortions, and limitations of dominant culture or ways of knowing and doing. It's the energy that opens us up to our full humanity, reconnects us to ourselves and to each other, and to the earth we all live on. We wondered, what if we embrace this idea as we think about the future of MFS? How might that idea help us center diversity, equity, inclusion, and justice to revitalize our approach to strategic planning and build the kind of organization that people want to work for and give their very best? How would those using our services react? How could we remain teachable and remain intentional as we learn from the community? This approach has been rewarding beyond anything we could have imagined at the start. We're deeply grateful for the community we've built and the new solutions to many old ways of thinking that will inform us in the short term and into the future.
The outpouring of generosity from donors, volunteers, and partners over recent years has truly made it possible for us to maximize our impact in the ways you have just heard. Our feeling is one of great gratitude for every person who supports us to make what we dream come true. We would not and could not have achieved what we have without you, and we will only rise to our best with your continuing partnership. Thank you from the bottom of our MFS heart.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome. This really is an amazing event. After 3 years of being stuck in the online environment, I have to tell you, it's so nice to see everyone's faces here. Let's give each other a round of applause just for that opportunity to be back together again. I want to let you know how excited we are to see you, and as well as our MFS family and community. And this year, I can't believe it, it marks our 15th anniversary of A Gathering of Good. That's worth applauding for as well, so thank you. I should probably introduce myself up here. I am Kevin Spooner, and I'm honored to serve as the chair of the board of directors for Metropolitan Family Services. And you know, I was just, as I was watching Mrs. B up there play the piano, I actually got to watch her out at H.B. Lee Middle School. She was amazing out there. I really had some strong connections to this video as a teacher and an elementary principal and administrator in North Clackamas School District for over 30 years plus before I retired. I'm now working in higher education. But I really had a strong connection with MFS in a community school. They really taught myself, our faculty, our teachers, and the district what it means to be that community school. And I remember Matt in the video talking a little bit about this idea of liberation, and it's really come full circle. I thought that, you know, as we were thinking about the impact of the dominant culture and how our families in the school were underrepresented, I really am thankful and grateful to MFS for supporting us with our community school programs then. It opened my eyes into what it meant to really become a community school. We were inviting families from the Latinx community and other underrepresented families into our school community. They were taking on leadership roles as PTA members. We had a whole drama program that was run by parents that were just doing this out of the goodness of their hearts. So when I really think about this idea of really incorporating more diversity, more equity and inclusion, MFS really is pushing this through. It's almost like they're on steroids, if I were to describe it. And I just have been so impressed. So it's really my privilege to be able to serve on the board in this role right now. Now, in my role, I have really learned a lot. My first exposure was just with the Community Schools program, but we are really at a point where MFS is providing support and services across the lifespan. The economic empowerment that you saw, program that you saw about there, and helping families access that earned income tax credit is just amazing. The COVID response that you saw, the ability of MFS to be able to pivot in a dire moment to be able to support our community. And they've been doing that since after World War II. It's incredible. You know, the last thing I just want to mention is that much of the work that MFS does is driven from the heart. We see the needs in the community. We make those close relationships with the people we serve. And we're really a community that I think brings a lot of meaning to what we mean when we say we're a gathering of good. We're a gathering of good, and we're a gathering of good hearts that want to serve the community. So I'm going to keep my remarks brief here, but I want us to be able to get on and celebrate a little bit more of all that MFS is doing. So I'm going to send us off here to an amazing guy that's going to run us through the rest of tonight's program. So I'm so pleased to introduce you to your favorite news anchor and mine, our MC from the last 4 years at MFS, Anthony Broaddus. Please welcome him up to the stage.
Thank you, Kevin, and thank you, all of you, for being here. This is pretty exciting. It's been a while since we've been in person, and it's just awesome. The energy, the love, it's just really, really nice. I'm Tony Broaddus, and I'll just give you a little bit about myself. Oregon native, born and raised here in Portland, proud graduate of Jefferson High School, and proud graduate of Oregon State University. Go Beavs, yes indeed. Yeah, so this is really cool. We've been doing AGOG for the last 3 years online, and it was challenging, but we did some really good things, and with the support of you and others, we were able to meet goals and do some really good things. But now we're back in person, and you gotta love it. Gotta love it. The energy is just really, you can feel it, and the love in the room, just when you get a room full of folks who really get it, who understand what it takes to help society, who wants to help the community, just a group full of folks that really have a lot of love and a lot of love for MFS, and we appreciate you for being here. I'd like to give a special thanks to Cheryl Myers, our Oregon's Deputy Secretary of State. Cheryl, Just a quick wave. Yep. And Deborah Kafori, the former Multnomah County Chair. Thank you both for taking the time to join us at this evening's celebration. Now, we have a great evening planned for you, but before we do that, we would like to take just a moment to honor where we are tonight under the stars together with the Land and Labor Agreement. And you'll see it right there on the screen. MFS operates in the Portland metro area. We occupy the traditional village sites of the Multnomah, Wasco, Cowlitz, Calumet, Clackamas, Bands of Chinook, Tualatin, Kalapuya, Malala, and many other tribes along the Columbia River who were forcibly removed and who continue to call this region home. My copy is a little off, but I'll continue. Toward reconciliation as we seek to understand our role in ongoing colonization and to dismantle the oppressive systems built by colonialism. As we advocate for community-built systems and self-determination, we necessarily advocate for indigenous sovereignty, for we know the liberation of all people, land, water, and sky, to be bound together as one. Further, we respectfully acknowledge the enslaved people, primarily of African descent, who provided exploited labor on which this country was built with little to no recognition. Today, we are indebted to their labor and the labor of many black and brown bodies that continue to work in the shadows for our collective benefit. Thank you. And now I'd like to also take a moment to thank our premier sponsor, the Johnson Family Foundation, for their generous support tonight and throughout the years. Now it is my pleasure to bring to the stage the wonderful CEO of MFS, Judy Strand.
Oh, it's so good to see you all. And thank you, Tony, for your wonderful presence amongst us. Everything's always better when Tony's here. I just am so happy to see so many people, old friends, new friends. And I know that you are the people who do have that heart that Tony just mentioned and Kevin talked about. And I see many of you that we've known a long time, and I also see new friends. So welcome to those of you who are new to MFS. I wanted to add my support to the recognition of Dave Johnson and his daughter Anne Marie Johnson for being such good friends over so many years and for being here through thick and thin. Thank you for your support. I also wanted to thank our other sponsors here tonight who have made tonight possible. So that also includes our stellar board of directors. Let's give them a round of applause. And also, we have, you might have noticed, some fantastic staff here who were teaching us how to do various activities out there that I wasn't that good at. And thank you for all of you who are volunteering your time on top of busy, busy schedules to help this night be special. So this bird of gratitude behind me is something I painted, and it came out of feeling inspired by many of you. There was a tremendous outpouring of support that came our way during the pandemic, and I don't think I've ever experienced that before in my life in the human service profession. We often kind of work in the shadows, and people don't really see what it is we're doing. But I think that the fact that so many of us and many partners and many leaders, some of which are in this room, have really banded together to make things work in a really hard time was just exemplary. And I feel an incredible sense of gratitude for that empathy and abundant goodwill. I'd like to recognize a couple of people in this room or groups of people in this room who have done some extraordinary things, if that's a way to say that. We are honored to have 6 pro bono consultants from the Organizational Development Network of Oregon here tonight, and they represent a larger team that's been consulting with our team for over a year, and they've spent many, many hours being very patient with us to help us build our capacity to rise to the needs that we see and help us grow internally so that we can thrive. And so they're right in the middle there. Let's give them a hand because I think it was an extraordinary gift, not one we even knew existed, that just came our way. I also want to recognize Jose Solis. Where is Jose? Jose is a gifted artist who is here tonight and joined by his wife Maria and grandson Jordan Jenner. And Jose met with us during the pandemic times when we were looking for some art for our walls. We had a new space we were using, and the walls were really blank, and we wanted to create a sense of welcoming for all of our community members and partners who came our way. And Jose was incredibly patient with us also, and listened to what we were striving for, which was really to build a sense of inclusive community in the painting, but also to show the beauty in our region, in the metro region. And do we have that to put up on the wall? This is the first one that Jose did, and you can see our programs represented, but more than that, you can see the people that we work with and their faces and the beauty all around. And then, yes, please. And then after that, there was another painting which came out of his sense of who we were and what we were doing, and that painting is right here, and that's where you see the heart in the middle. And this one actually was a surprise to us. We had a surprise because his grandson, Jordan, who's here tonight, helped paint the faces. So this was an intergenerational painting, which is very consistent with our MFS way of being. So thank you so much. And then I just want to say thanks to so many of you that we don't have time to mention. All of you brought unique gifts forward, and I wish I had time to have you all stand up and say what you did, because I think we would probably leave here floating on air and never be able to come down to the ground. So MFS remains committed, steady, and responsive to support our families and people who find it increasingly difficult to make ends meet. I think, many of us are aware that so many people are losing their homes, that there are people who can't care for basic needs, and that the cost of living is really very hard to keep up with. So when we talk about our economic empowerment program, we're talking about something that prevents those dire situations that we all know are part of our community today. We also are here for the youth who are challenged by new things, really. It's always been that MFS has worked with youth who are in situations where they lack access or don't have enough food or basic needs or access to the type of education they might need. But now we're seeing increased issues of drug addiction and continuing violence, and actually the fear and the trepidation we're hearing from some of our youth is really quite serious. So we're here to build youth success by providing that caring community every day. And finally, MFS stands by those who are older and those who are disabled. And that is really out of an understanding that we're all part of this community, and we want our elders and people with disabilities to be part of our whole, but also it can be really lonely to suffer through chronic illness or major life transitions when you are alone. So the sense of connectivity that we're building, I think, is something that is incredibly vital. And the other side of that is the rise in suicides in older adults and serious depression. So all of these things that we're doing that look happy and beautiful are happy and beautiful, and they are creating strength for the future for everybody. All that we have built and sustained in our community through our work with children, families, and adults of all ages remains strong, vibrant, and transformational only when we have the support we receive from all of you. I cannot thank you enough for your fortitude and your tenacity, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the evening. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Judy. Okay, one thing I forgot to mention when I introduced myself is that I was a former staff. I'm a former staff member here at MFS. I had 14 magical years with the agency. It was a lot of fun. And I want to tell a story about one of my favorite stories with working with the kids. But the production company told me I only had 1 minute. My story is about 4.5. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? All right, well, I'm going to share it then. So I'm at the time a site manager at MFS, and I'm working at Lynchwood Elementary School. And it was just so fun. So after school, the students would transition from their regular school into our after-school program. So we would set up in the gym, me and my staff, and then the regular school teachers would bring their students in, bring them in, we'd check them in, make sure we've got them all accounted for, and then take them outside. So during that time, it's usually about 10 minutes before we transition outside. So I always try to tell the students something positive or challenge them or encourage them. You know, I saw you guys working really hard in your classes this week. Keep up the good work, or that kind of stuff. So on this particular day, I said, students, I want to talk to you about talents. Everyone has special talents. Some people are good in sports. Some people are good in art. Some people read real well. Some people are good singers. Some people are good dancers. There's a lot of different things. I said, so what I want to know is what talents do you all have? And these are like third graders, right? Second and third graders. And they say, and then I said, so I'm going to ask you guys, and if anyone wants to show their talent, I'm going to give you an opportunity. So I say, well, does anybody, all these hands shoot up. It's like 40 kids in the room, and at least 25 hands shoot up. And I go, well, now, hold on, put your hands down. Think about what you're going to do if I call on you. Because I know some of you are you're just excited. You're not even sure what you're going to do if I call on you. So think about it, right? All hands down. So I said, all right, now, and you waited about 30 seconds. If you want to show your talent, go ahead and raise your hand. And all the hands shoot back up, shoot back up. And I said, all right, Dustin. Go ahead, Dustin. And Dustin's like, yeah, Dustin, you had your hand up. Are you ready? And he stands up, and he's just standing there. And he's almost like, what should I do? And the other kids go, come on, Dustin, come on. And all of a sudden, Dustin looks around, and he goes, puts his arm. He starts doing the old, and I said, oh, Dustin, that's great. Not everybody can do that. I can't do that. And all the kids start going, oh, I can do that. That's right. Oh, I can do it. We can all do that. So next thing you know, the whole gym, all these kids are running around making these little fart sounds. Anyway, thank you for letting me share that. Working with elementary school kids was the best. Oh my gosh, it's just a blast every single day. All right, as we move on, I want to encourage you all to follow the crowd on social media, take selfies, post to different social medias, Facebook, Instagram, hashtag MFSPDX, hashtag AGOG 2023, and we just hope you have a great time tonight. Now, we've got some fundraising to get to. Please allow me to welcome back to our stage our good friend and favorite fundraiser with Markham Auction Agency, Misty Markham.
Thank you, Tony. And for the record, I can't do that either with my armpits, so I'm clearly not as talented as Dustin. But it is so great to be here back on this stage and to see all of you. Thank you for spending your evening with us. It's meaningful work. So if you would oblige me, can you all find your bid paddle, please, and place it in your hand? I'm going to ask you a series of questions, and if you agree, please raise your paddle. So who here is a first-time Agog attendee? You've never been to this event before. Look at all these first-timers. Let's give a big round of applause for our first-timers. Thank you for being here. Thank you. How about those of you who've been here multiple times? This is old hat for you. Raise your paddle high. Look at you. Thank you for coming back. We appreciate it. Thank you. And finally, we have some raffle tickets available, and I would love to know if any of you would like to purchase one. You can raise your paddle. It is $100 to buy in. We are only selling 100 of them, and tonight's winner, thank you, will win a 1-week stay at a beautiful seaside home that sleeps 10. Thank you. Donor 137 says yes. Donor 125 would like a raffle ticket. Donor 243, thank you. Donor 167. Donor 119. Thank you so much. Donor 155 says yes. Donor 201, thank you so much. Can we get a few more lights on our crowd? Would anyone else like to get in? Thank you. 112 says yes. Any other takers on our seaside raffle? Thank you. Donor 135. Anyone else? All right. Well, I appreciate you playing. That was wonderful. We will draw our winner a little later in our program. But tonight, we have come actually to the pinnacle of tonight's program. And at this time, we're going to take a brief pause to meet a very special guest. She is a very satisfied MFS Ready, Set, Go client. Please help me welcome to the stage, Jessica Bland. You're going to kill it.
Hi everyone, my name is Jessica Bland and I'm so happy to be here. I came into Ready, Set, Go as a parent with my then 3-year-old daughter, Alexa. Being a stay-at-home mom, my children never had many chances to socialize with other kids, something I had increasingly regretted as I watched my older son struggle to connect with his peers and emotionally regulate at school. I needed something that would give Alexa a running start with the hope that she would have a better and healthier beginning to her school experience than her brother did. Enter Ready, Set, Go. I took bits and pieces of what I saw in the classroom and brought them home. My creativity expanded. The new motto in my home became, why not? Why not let her bring every rock home? She was exploring. Why not let her pick out every outfit? She was being independent. Why not let her jump in every puddle? It brought her joy. The possibilities for independence, learning, and fun were now suddenly endless. Alexa is now a 2nd grader. She still picks out her clothes, which is fun most days. She's creative and has a vivid imagination. She's a great friend, loves school, and is the most confident person that I know. She is fierce, and we are here for it. The way this program has touched every aspect of my life is something I will always be grateful for. This is why I feel so honored to be able to stand up here today at this event speaking about how wonderful this program is. I'm also happy to share that I am now a program assistant for Ready, Set, Go, ages 3 to 5 at Meadows Elementary. Transitioning into a teacher position felt like second nature. I stepped right in and saw myself and the parents and saw my children and the students. We all have the same goal and vision for every family we register. Ready, Set, Go is a transformative program, from the parent-child interaction groups to the parenting classes. I think we can all agree that raising children is one of the most important jobs in the world, and there is no one correct way of doing it. In our curriculum, Make Parenting a Pleasure, we tackle important topics, from self-care to emotional coaching. These classes are a requirement for our program, and as a parent who took them not once, but twice, I remember the lasting impact they had on me. Thanks to this program, I gradually became the mom my son needed. Although he wasn't able to be in the program, luckily his mom was. I became the person whom I would have liked by my side while growing up. And that is what I want for our families. I want them to find beauty in parenting and to find beauty in their children's curiosity and growth. The well-rounded nature of Ready, Set, Go is what makes this program so unique. We are invested in the entire family, not just the child. We invest in their mental health. We make their social-emotional development a priority. We envision and thrive to assist in each and every family's success. This past year, I was able to witness the need in our community and the help these families still need. We were able to help with utility bills, groceries, resources. We also helped a family financially be able to move into their very first apartment. It is humbling work and one of the most rewarding. I am proud of what we do. That is why I can't be thankful enough to Metropolitan Family Service and you, our funders, for this program, to Ready, Set, Go for finding me, and to Virginia, now my supervisor, who became one of the best teachers I've ever had. I've come full circle in this program, and I can't think of a better way to give back some of what was gifted to me. I hope you give a meaningful gift. It truly does make a difference.
Thank you, Jessica. So friends, it's our turn to demonstrate our support of MFS and people just like Jessica, stories just like this. You can give a tax-deductible gift in any increment you feel compelled to give in support of this work. The giving starts now, and our first level of giving tonight is $10,000, and I'm very excited to announce that though she was unable to be with us tonight, Ronnie LaCrue is giving twice at this level for a gift of $20,000. Yeah, a leadership gift for sure. Will anyone join her with a $10,000 or above, we will take it, gift for MFS? You can add zeros at any time. I'm always open to that. Anyone else tonight want to give a $10,000 or above gift? Well, let's put our hands together for Ronnie and her generosity, her leadership, and move to our next level of giving, which is $5,000. Do we have any heroes in the room tonight with a $5,000 gift for MFS? Any $5,000 gifts tonight? Thank you. Look at this table. Donor 169 says yes. Thank you. Donor 208, thank you. Donor 181, thank you. And donor 172, the Johnson Family Fund, thank you so much. Donor 135 also joins us with $5,000 of support this evening. Thank you. Will anyone else join us tonight with $5,000? Well, folks, let's put our hands together. That was impressive. Thank you so much. Our next level of giving tonight is $2,500, and Pacific Office Automation is kicking us off with our first $2,500 gift. Will anyone else join us this evening with $2,500 of support? Judy Strand, donor 221, thank you. We appreciate it. Thank you. Donor 166 says yes. Donor 231, thank you. Donor 191, joining with $2,500 of support. Will anyone else join us with a $2,500 gift? It's okay. I do awkward pauses all the time. I'm totally comfortable with them. Let's put our hands together for our $2,500 donors. Thank you very much. We very much appreciate your support. Our next level of giving is at the $1,000 level, and at this level, I'm very excited to announce that the Maybelle Clark McDonald Fund, who is a huge supporter of MFS Cash, which provides free tax support to low-income people throughout the metro area. MFS Cash helped over 4,000 people claim over, get this, $8 million in federal and state taxes last year alone. Yeah. Families use these funds to make basic needs like paying rent, utilities, food. And these funds also boost our local economy. Due to the generosity of the Maybelle Clark McDonald Fund, the first 24 $1,000 gifts given right now will be doubled, turning your gift into $2,000. Will anyone join us? Thank you. Donor 195 joining with $1,000. Donor 190, thank you so much. Donor 137, thank you. Donor 125 says yes. Clap them on, folks. Donor 232, yes. Donor 133 says yes. Donor 141 also joins us with $1,000 of support. I know we haven't met our 24 yet, folks. Please, if you are on the fence, you're considering it, this is the best way to maximize your impact. Thank you, Donor 172. We appreciate you, Anne-Marie. Anyone else tonight with an additional $1,000 gift for MFS? All right, well, a few people were unable to be with us, but they did give. And so I'd like to say a big thank you to Trenton Blair. He gave twice at this level. Marianne Sherman also gave twice at this level. Ann and Craig Lindsay gave $1,000. And the Becken Family Foundation also gave $1,000. This is how we get it done around here, folks. Let's give all of our $1,000 donors. Donor 125 also joins us. Thank you. I mean, I'll just have to ask, anyone else want to get in before we move on? I like your style, by the way. Our next level of giving, we're so close, is $500. Who will join us with a $500 gift this evening? Please raise your paddles high. Thank you. Donor 123 says yes. Donor 222, thank you. Donor 149 gives generously at $500. Thank you. Donor 238, thank you so much. Donor 100. Donor 163, thank you. Donor 203 giving $500. Donor 220 also joins us with $500. Will anyone else join us tonight? Well, we have a few friends that are not here, but they are giving generously. So let's say thank you to Brad and Marie Christine Tees, Charitable Giving. They actually gave 3 gifts at this level. Thank you so much. J.D. Fullweiler and Company Insurance giving $1,000 twice at this level. Love them. Oscar Harrison, Mayor Fund, James Reck, Bob Meyer, and PGE, all giving at this level. So let's give a huge round of applause for our $500 supporters. Thank you so very much. Our second to last level of giving this evening is at $250. And at this level, to inspire giving from the depths of your soul, we have an incentive drawing. Every single gift given tonight will be entered into an incentive drawing, and one of you lucky donors will be drawn at random. And guess what? You will receive a V-Volt Alpha e-bike. This is a $1,000 amazing electric bike that you can get exercise on, travel on. I mean, look at this. Yeah. So if you would like to give a gift of $250 and be considered for our incentive drawing for the e-bike, which, by the way, it's still going, folks. Please raise your paddle high right now. Thank you. Donor 140 says yes. Thank you so much. Donor 244, thank you. Donor 152, bring it back around, Kevin. We like this. Donor 128, thank you. Donor 201. Donor 155 says yes. Donor 116, give Kevin a huge round of applause. Donor 237. Donor 168, thank you. Donor 119, thank you. Donor 231. Donor 130. Thank you for your second gift. I appreciate that. Donor 112. Donor 243. Thank you. Donor 164. Anyone else want to give a $250 gift and be considered for our incentive drawing before we draw? All right. Can we have a drum roll, please? Because I'm going to draw the lucky donor. And watch Morgan run with heels on. All right. Tonight's lucky donor getting the V-Volt e-bike is donor 152. Where are you, donor 152? Right over here. Congratulations, new e-bike owner. Have a ball, wear a helmet. Let's give a huge round of applause for all of our friends that gave $250. Oh, and I forgot to recognize the folks that are not here. We love them too. Catherine McNeil and Georgia Obradovich also gave $250. So let's clap for them as well, because we love them too. And our last level of giving tonight is at the $100 level, and we're going to make this easy for you. If you would like to give $100, please raise your paddle, and we will collect your paddle. and that will signify your $100 gift. I'd love it if everybody in this room gave at least once tonight. Please raise your paddle high if you would like to give $100. Our volunteers are coming through the room to collect your paddles. For those of you who don't have a paddle up, I do expect applause, though, because these folks are doing the work, doing a great job funding the fabulous work of MFS tonight. Thank you so much for all of your support. We really appreciate it. I would like to mention, if you prefer to give anonymously, or if you like to give in amounts that have lots more zeros than what I called for, you can stop by registration on your way out. They will be sure to add that to your bill because every dollar counts. Folks, let's give a huge round of applause for all of our fabulous donors this evening. You make the world go round. We love you. Thank you so much. And finally, for those of you who bought into the Seaside raffle, we're going to draw the winner right now. And Tony, I'm actually going to have you be the drawer. Do you mind? All right, let's welcome Tony back up here. And Tony is going to put his hand in here and draw one lucky winner who is getting the week in the beautiful Seaside home that sleeps 10. Can we get a drum roll, please? Tonight's lucky winner is, oh boy, Faye Allison. Faye! Congratulations, Faye! You get a week-long vacation in a beautiful Seaside home. Let's give one last round of applause for Faye and all of our participants in the raffle. Thank you so much. You guys were so great. Thank you so much. What an honor to be on this stage tonight. Let's give one last round of applause for everybody and their generosity this evening. And can we also have one round of applause for our lovely, fabulous MC, Mr. Tony Broaddus? And how about our auction team over there, facilitating all the behind-the-scenes stuff? We would also love to thank and extend our gratefulness to our vendors tonight. Really big video. These awesome walls. Thank you. They look amazing. Event Savvy, Zach Putnam Productions, Andy Petkiss Photography, Markham Agency, Vibrant Flowers, and Vibrant Table Catering. Let's give all of our vendors that make these events go a huge round. I hope you had a great time with us tonight. The rest of the program is just as amazing. Let's have one last round of applause just because it's fun. And I will see you next year. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you, Misty. That was excellent. How exciting. Tonight we made a huge difference in the lives of young people, families, and older adults throughout the community, throughout the city and beyond. So again, we want to thank you. We want to thank Misty and her fantastic team, Markham Auction Agency. They were great. One more time, one more round of applause. And we'd also like to thank Jessica Bland once again for sharing her wonderful story. And congratulations to Faye and her husband, Tony. And Faye, I have to say this, Faye and her husband, Tony, are huge Oregon Duck fans, so I'm thinking that after the Civil War this year, they may need to visit that Seaside place to pick their spirits back up. But anyway, get back to the script. All right, Judy, I would like to bring to the stage once again, Judy Strand.
I think I need a microphone. I'll take a mic. So this is a time where we get to acknowledge a person who is extraordinary, who actually helps us drive our mission, and we have a special award for this individual. So it's about time to do that, Tony.
Yes, it is. We would like to bring Anne Marie up to the stage to join us in presenting the Eileen Johnson Community Service Award, named after her mother, who put her passion for social justice into her service with MFS during her lifetime. Please welcome Anne Marie, and also let's give a a round of applause for Dave Johnson, Anne Marie's father, and Eileen's husband, who's in the crowd as well.
Good evening. It's an honor to be here with you all tonight and to help present this very well-deserved award to Jardon Jaramillo, who is our immediate past board president at MFS. He's been a stalwart leader under whose guidance MFS has faced and met many unique challenges. My mom, Eileen Johnson, for whom this award is named, deeply believed in MFS's commitment to fostering a robust and empathetic community for all people. And we look forward each year to recognizing local leaders in her memory. This year's selection of Jardon is, I think, particularly fitting. Mom understood that leadership can be, and a strong leader can be the catalyst that moves a ripple into a wave, creating lasting and real change. Mom was taken with MFS's mission, mostly by how far-reaching and specific and functional it was and is in addressing the key barriers to overcoming inequality across generations. The stories you've heard tonight speak to that value. Mom was a passionate advocate for the work. Many was the time that our family would receive a phone call from her letting us know she was just dropping by the MFS offices back when they were on Belmont, only for her to arrive home hours later, glowing with energy and excitement over whatever scheme she and the team at MFS had hatched. She was a persuasive and constant recruiter of friends and family, myself and Dad included, for which we are very grateful. Jardon, your commitment and passion for connecting families and individuals to MFS's programs and resources in support of improved outcomes of all kinds would resonate deeply with Mom's belief in the value of volunteerism, community engagement, and harnessing the power of what can happen when the individual and the collective work in concert. Cheers to you, Jardon, and thank you for everything.
And here comes Jardon Jaramillo. Jardon has been a mentor to many and a leader of our board. And he's a collaborator when times are tough. I am convinced that we would not be where we are today without his leadership, without his partnership, without his kindness and inherent wisdom. Jardon always said to me, "I'm available when you need me." And he really was. I could call him anytime, and he would rise to the occasion with his couple of purely chosen words that helped everything move forward. I feel profoundly fortunate to have had the opportunity to work with Jardon, whose advanced leadership has helped us through many challenges and brought us to new opportunities. So, at this point, we want to give you this beautiful award. Yeah, great. You can have it back, though.
Hey, everyone. Such an honor to be here with friends, I haven't met yet. This is such a cool organization, and many of you have heard me say this. Judy is a personal hero of mine, and to be honored by a personal hero is above and beyond. I'm elated. There were a lot of words that were attached to the emotions that are involved with MFS and the characteristics of MFS: tenacity, gratitude, joy. As I was reflecting on my time here, the word that came to mind for me was abundance. When you saw those pictures, you saw the MFS staff, and particularly Judy, they give of themselves endlessly. And the more they give of themselves, the more there is for them to give. And for me in my 10 years here, observing that and seeing that generosity of resources and above all, generosity of time is a self-perpetuating cycle. And that abundance taught me so much. The way they arose to the occasion during COVID, the way they've led and grown the organization has just been a great honor in my life to be a part of, and I am thrilled to see what's going to happen in the decade ahead for MFS. Thank you all. Thank you, Judy. Thank you, MFS. It was a huge honor. Really appreciate it. Thank you.
As we come to the close of our event, we want to thank you again to everyone for your exceptional generosity and solid support tonight. Metropolitan Family Service could not continue to do our good work without your contributions and support. Please give a big round of applause for all of this evening's donors and sponsors, including yourselves. Yes. Tonight would not have been possible without you. We appreciate your support. I want to thank you again to our presenting sponsor, the Johnson Family Foundation, and to our partnering sponsors, the Callaway Fund, PGE, Point West Credit Union, and to our supporting sponsors, Care Oregon, Ferguson, Wellman, Franz Bakery, Mutual of America, The Standard, and Vernier Science Education. We'd also like to thank our table hosts, Umpqua Bank, Faye Allison, Farhad Ghaffazardi, and the Stoller Family Estates. Tonight would not have been possible without you. A couple housekeeping checkout details. If you have swiped or valued a card, there is no need to check out. If you need to swipe your card or pick up any items, you can drop by registration on your way out. But please stay for dessert, coffee, music, have some fun before you leave. Hope you've had an awesome time. The dessert table will be open. And this concludes our this evening's live program. We appreciate you being here and look forward to seeing you here next year at our big event. Thank you.